Hello all, my name is Carol Pittman and I am the group leader in the Southern Plains region serving Texas and Oklahoma. In this presentation, I will be going over Section H of the June Area Questionnaire that covers total cattle and calves. Section 8 is used to collect total cattle and calves on the total acres operated regardless of ownership, calf crop for the first half of the year, and calving intentions for the second half of the year. The questions being asked in Section H are comparable to the questions that will be asked on the upcoming July cattle survey. The data received on this form will be combined with information from the July cattle survey to generate estimates that will be published from the July cattle report, scheduled to be released near the end of July. Section 8 starts off by asking, is the cattle box checked on page 3? This question is directed to you, the enumerator, and should not be asked to the respondent. This question is used to help determine if questions or sections of the questionnaire should be completed. If the cattle box in Section C is checked, ask all the questions that follow. If the box is not checked, skip to Section I. Section H must be completed or estimated for every ag tract that has a cattle box checked in Section C. If you are unable to complete this section, any notes from observation or notes from personal knowledge will be greatly appreciated. Item 1, cattle and calves on the entire farm. This question refers to all kinds and ages of cattle and calves on the total acres operated on June 1st, regardless of ownership. If cattle or calves were present anywhere on the operation, skip to item 2 to collect data on the number of cattle and calves. If you answer no to 1, then item 1A needs to be asked that says, were there any cattle or calves on the total acres operated at any time during the period January 1 through May 31st? If cattle were on the operation earlier in the year, you're going to skip to item 6 and collect information on calves born on the total acres operated between January 1 and May 31st. If no cattle or calves were on the total acres operated at any time between January 1 and May 31st, you need to ask item 1AI. Item 1AI says intentions to have cattle. It determines if the operation intends to have any cattle on total acres operated before the end of the year. This information is used to select samples for future cattle surveys. Enter a 1, 2, or 3 representing the respondent's intentions to have cattle in the 493 box. If the operator intends to buy or receive cattle or calves anytime from now through December 31st, 2021, enter a 1 in the 493 box. If the operator does not have any intentions to buy or receive cattle at all, enter a 3 in the 493 box. If the operator is unsure if he or she will have cattle or calves from now until December 31st, enter a 2 in the 493 box. If you complete the questionnaire by observation because the respondent refuses or is inaccessible and you don't see any cattle or have any knowledge of the operation, you may check don't know and enter a 2 in the 493 box. Question 2. This section deals with the number of cattle and calves on hand June 1st. This includes beef cows, milk cows, bulls, heifers, including beef replacement, milk replacement, and others, as well as steers and calves. You need to break out the total inventory into each of these categories. Most operators will know what they have, but some may not know exact numbers. Do your best to get their best numbers and verify that the boxes all add up to the total on hand. There are several different types of cattle operations. One of the main ones is a cow-calf operation. This operation normally has beef cows on the operation that have calves throughout the year. In addition to calves, they will probably have a few bulls, some replacement heifers, and calves. Some of the operations may also have a few other heifers and steers on the operation. Another type of operation is a stocker operation. Just what is a stocker operation? Normally, it is an operation that has other heifers, steers, and possibly calves on some type of pasture. A lot of operations lease wheat pasture and run stockers on them for a few months to give them good weight gain. Another type of operation that is common is a feedlot. Feedlots are operations that feed the majority of their cattle a ration and send them directly to the slaughter market. Normally, these operations have cattle that are in the categories other heifers, steers, and calves. The next part of the section H refers to cattle and calves on feed. This must be cattle and calves going directly to the slaughter market. They must be on a full ration, which could include grain, silage, hay, or protein supplements. If this number is very large, it needs to be confirmed that they are going directly to slaughter and they are not on wheat pasture, being backgrounded, or some other type of feed. We are just asking for an inventory number of how many cattle listed above in that first section, number 2, will be going directly from the feedlot to the slaughter market. The final questions in the cattle section deal with calf crop for 2021. First, we ask how many cows and heifers are expected to calve during the last half of the year, or from June 1st through December 31st. Then we ask about the number of calves born. This number is broken up into the number on hand, the number moved off the operation, and the number that died. The total of these 3 items will be the current calf crop for the period January 1st through May 31st. Thank you for your time.